Good evening. Just looking to see what that was behind us. Good evening. Start again, eh? I'm here where the River Derwent in Tyne where meets the River Tyne. So this is the mouth of the River Derwent where it flows into the Tyne. Across there's Newcastle. This side I would call it. Aye, not bad. I'd call it Swalwell by the sea. It's like Swalwell but down by the river. It's not a sea like, but we'll call it Swalwell by the sea. Yeah? So it's a Tuesday night, and I'm out doing a bit more. Get a few more mile under the belt, and it's a lovely night. Like, really is. You cannot not get on nights like this. Get from work, have your tea, get changed, straight on the bike. What a lovely night. There's a few flies about, like a few midges and what here, but I should survive them. So if there's anything interesting happens, or I see anything interesting, I'll bring you back to the journey. So I'm a little bit further up the river now, a place called Bladen. That there is Scotswood Bridge, and across there is Scotswood Road, and that's mentioned in the famous song, The Bladen Races. That's the old Bladen railway bridge, because there used to be a rail line went across there and along Scotswood Road, but it's now a disused cycleway, to be honest. Right, so back there I mentioned Swalwell. I probably said Swalwell, I don't know if I did or not. But anyway, that's Swalwell. And the reason why it's called Swalwell, as a bike comes up and I get out, is because apparently there was a well there. There was a well there hundreds of years ago, and somebody said they were that thirsty they could swallow the well, and then that's how it got the name, Swalwell. Well, that's true or not, well, that's something that's just made up. Who knows? Answers in the postcard. Answers in a postcard. Answers in the comments. Also, Swalwell's famous for the giant cabbage. If you look in the Guinness Book of Records, I think it's still listed there. It's not verified though, but they reckon apparently the biggest cabbage in the world was grown in Swalwell. That's another bit of a fact for you. But maybe that's just a little rubbish. No, I think I have read that. It used to be in the Guinness Book of Records. So if you can check that out, I just keep checking as you go on bikes, because it's quite narrow here. Got any mirror there, like, there's nobody coming. Anyway, let's get on it. A bit further along now at Bladen. If you see these horses here, this is where the Bladen races took place. I think it happened across the other side of the river. I can't be 100% sure of that. But the memorial, or the memorial monument here, is here. There's no info. But obviously that must be the finishing line, or it's a mock-up of the finishing line. And there's your horses. Now when I bring my dog along here for a walk, he barks at them because he's crazy. Still a lovely night, like. So we're going to go now past where there used to be a big power station. Got demolished, and there's a nice new housing estate there now. Right, turn the camera off. We're heading towards now Newburn. There's a couple of rowing clubs. There's quite a few rowers out on the river tonight. I think Tuesday night must be a busy night. Lots of flies. I don't know if you'll be able to see them. No, you'll not until the sun shines in the camera. You might see them past here, maybe there. Not too sure. But there's a couple of rowing clubs across here. There's one on the Bladen side, the right hand side, and there's one on the Newburn side. So there we've got some there, look. You might be able to see them through the trees. There's a doublers there, look. Doublers. A couple of women. I think there might be 3 rowing clubs here, to be honest. I think one of them might be a bit defunct now, like this one. It's the first one on the left. Because there's another one on this side further up. I'm wondering if this one closed down. Oh, something like a dog. Maybe that one there closed down. That's got a blue over. Yeah. That blue star. Rowing club. Oh, press something. Press the button by mistake. There's some more rowers there, look. Aye. Very busy. There you go, folks. There we go. Under the bridge, under the Newburn Bridge, which looks as though it's fallen down by them big metal straps on it there, look. Big crack, big metal straps. There we are. And now we'll head along this way. Oh, I'm the wrong gear. I might be able to recover it though, I think. More rows, single skull hasn't, double hasn't. Or are they called Cox list 4s or 5s? I just made that one up now. I'll make everything up, to be honest. Like. Yeah, there's another club across there. There's one on this side as well. There we go. Ooh. We're heading on now to a place called Wrighton Willows, where there used to be a lot of gorse bushes. And they burned down years ago. The last time I was here, they seemed to cut the whole lot down. There's some of these cows on here as well. Now I watch it. We'll get stampeded by cows. Oh, look at that, isn't that beautiful, eh? Really nice. Not like a summer's evening next to an English river, is there? What a foreign river for that matter. Here's a train coming to spoil me tranquility. Can't have it always, I suppose. Alright, it's like a milk pond, yes. Bit of trout fishing's canyon there tonight. I'm not sure if it's trout season, like, or you're out to fish this time of year, like, but It's daft day, mate. If one turns itself off after a while, one was waiting override that. It takes quite a while to pick it up. I've noticed that's a fault with it. Whether it just needs some firmware or I'm doing it wrong, but I thought if you left the mic on it would stay on, and it seemed to stay pair up easier. Right, it's knocked itself. Right, what we've got in the doors, 17.54. That's what we've got. That's the map. There's the map. There's our gradient. Looks really up and down, like. More and more it is, because it isn't very up and down. It's early days for this Coros yet, like, but it's not bad, like. Just say I've got nothing to compare against, so to me it's brilliant. Other people might think it's rubbish, but I don't think it is for the price point. It's too nice. Now it is. I want to go and swim, but alas, I have no towel. Right, let's get on to Wylam. Wylam's about half a mile up that way. It's a nice place, Wylam. Right, that was Wylam Wagon Way back there. A lot of people on, like. Ooh, managed to stop for a nature break. It's quite difficult to fit them in, like, when it's as busy as it is. You can't go and do them by the river. You know what? I'm going to stick on the road because I'm sick of having to dodge. Well, you ring your bell and some people hear you and they jump the way like a sort of a feigned jump. And you've got people who hear you and they just don't budge. And you've got people who, I don't know, never know what to do with the best. Take a chance on the roads, maybe, with the motor vehicles. It's a quiet road, like, so it's not so bad. It's a nice long flat road. The sun's still shining. I've got more green fly on us than Percy Thrower. Newburn Running Club flying along. Good to see. Must be on some kind of mile rep, I reckon. Whew, so I'm going to cut it a bit short tonight. Might take the dog for a run tomorrow morning. Get up early, get a 3 miler in. Then probably go out on the bike tomorrow night. And Friday night I've got another challenge lined up. It's penciled in. It's probably 70% going ahead, but we'll see what happens. I'll not let on what it is until you see the video, and whether it'll be successful or not is another thing. We'll find it. I'm going to take a right here and head down to the riverside. I'm undecided which way I'm going to go back, but we'll see. Maybe go on the quayside, back that way. Depends. Turn round here. Oh, there's the pub, the Keelman. Nice painting there. Yeah, we're heading towards the riverside. There was a bottle here. See that field there on the right? There was a Battle of Newburn Ford. There was a ford that crossed the river. Yeah, obviously the Tyne's I was just across the other side there before. Right, that's where the Battle of Newburn Ford took place. I think it's like a memorial somewhere there, that stone. Right, it's been decided. I'm on the Newcastle side still, so it means I'm going to go on along this way, along a dodgy industrial estate. I don't like going along the industrial estate this late at night, but it's only about a mile. I'll get along it, and then we're still on the Newcastle side, and we'll go along to Newcastle, and then come back via the side of the river I live on, the Gateshead side. So hopefully I'll survive. It's a little bit iffy along here, but we'll see. I think this is our turn right. Ah, it is. Here we are on the Lonely Industrial Estate. I've got the bakery on the right there. A few other factories that don't work, back shifts and what have you, night shifts, so it's pretty quiet. It's normally full of boy racers and just wrangins, you know, off-road motorcyclists, that sort of stuff. But hopefully I'll be alright. We'll lash through it, get it out the way, and then I'll be opposite where them horses were before. Not the real horses, the Braden race horses on the far side of the river. There's a bakery there, Warburton's. And actually there's that nice estate what they built on the power station site. Obviously I was across there before, but the other side of the river now. Gentleman here walking his dogs. One of his dogs are running in front of your dogs. I don't think they are, like, you would have had them. He's sitting there. Dog's a clever dog. You tell it to sit and steer. I wonder what steers. Alright, steers. What a clever dad. Clever lad, sorry. And there's the rose. Our vote. Our bag, see the what's it called? Being in the road boat, the engine on. That's the job the job I want. See, a few years ago, my wife got us like a present. It was I think it was free, like she didn't have to pay for it, because in the end I didn't go on, but it was an invitation to have a taster session at the run club. I thought, ooh, thought we'll get us fit to run, but anyway I didn't end up going. I thought the idea of whoever would get me in a boat wasn't going to wasn't going to do well, you know. It was going to be a a dodgy sit. So the bike's still doing alright. It's the Riverside 900. Riverside Touring 900 by Decathlon. Now, I didn't know a lot about touring bikes, but I don't know if it's well spec'd. I think it's alright. It's a little bit on the heavy side, but you cannot have mid-range price and lightweight bike out on bumps. Ooh, you know, you've got to give. There's always some give or take. So if it was light, it would be expensive, more expensive than it is. But it's a canny bike, like. It's got a decent saddle, a Brooks saddle, which I'm starting to get used to. I've mentioned all this before. Like, it's got a dynamo hub down there. Not sure of its effectiveness on charging power banks up, but it powers the front and back light, no problem. Obviously, if you pedal, it lights up. If you stop pedaling, the front one dies, like. But as long as you're pedaling, it shines. And it's bright enough in the dark. Ooh. And it's a 3x front neck, which is quite a strange one. There's normally 2x at the most, but 2 hours they give you that extra lower gear for being packed with stuff, you know. Just let these people now come past. What's it got? What else has it got? Shimano XT. Is it XT gears? So it's alright. It was only, I think it was 1,200 quid, brand new. So not a great deal for a bike. And for the extras you got on it, it's got decent tyres on it. Swell marathon tyres. So you know, you can't complain, like. If I had loads of money, I would have one of them, so the Stanford, the thingy gearboxes and all that, and gearbox drive and the belt drive. Now, so you're not messing up with chain snapping and things like that. Or the Stanfield or Stanford, one of the two. Small runners. Oh, these are going to come flying around here. Oh shit, I'm in a race here now. I'll keep it there, right. Yeah, well, we're on Hadrian's Way now for about half a mile or so. Then we'll cross over the Scotswood Road, back on the down by the river, then along the quayside. We've gone past all the drunks. It's a Tuesday night, but I'm sure the bar on the quayside will be chock-a-block with the weather being nice and you can't play them. I'm just going on along this way to tie a few more mile on. Ooh. Still a beautiful night. Sun's starting to go down a little bit there now. Not too much though. I shouldn't need the lights tonight. I should get back with the lights. It's only about 7 mile now, or 6 mile maybe. So I should be alright with the lights. There's some building smoky on the right hand side. Doing something there. I don't know what. Oh, dug that out. Dug something out there. Mysterious. This is still not the best place to be cycling on your own, to be honest, like West End and Newcastle. You can't go along Scotswood Road, but it's noisy, it's busy. I mean, you're on the path on Scotswood Road, but It's noisy and busy with traffic, as you'll see very shortly. There's loads of these sort of trails around Newcastle, North Tyne side, Sunderland Way, Concert. The old railway lines. There's a rabbit. Run, rabbit. This would have been the railway line, which that old bridge, the Black Bridge I showed you ages ago, would have came along here to Newcastle. But it had a handy got cycle, I don't like. Little lumpy in places, but not too bad. There we go, Hadrian's Way. So if you're walking Hadrian's Way, you're unfortunately you have to walk along this bit. And it's not the nicest in the world, but Hadrian's Wall doesn't actually follow this bit. It follows the West Road in Newcastle. And you can't walk along the West Road. And I think it was avoided because it's a bit of a rundown area. I would say that it's not a dangerous area through the day. I don't know about the night time, I couldn't tell you. But that's the proper course of the wall. So if you follow this route here, you're not following the course of the wall. But this Brigadier was a bit more prettier than the West Road, I think. Plus you're along the river side, so it's a nice walk along the river. Oh, it's dark here. Right, we're coming to the busy Scotswood Road now. I'll show you that and then I'll put the camera away till we get the quayside. We'll have the boozers outside the boy. So there it is. It's not that busy actually. I'll be able to fly across there now. I'll turn this off and I'll catch you later. Newcastle Riverside. West End Newcastle Riverside. Used to be a hub of industrial activity years ago. In fact, one business had a factory along the whole length of this side called Armstrong's. I think it's called Armstrong's, but it was vast, huge. I think there's some things further along. It shows you. I'll try and stop if I can find them. Make sure I don't get knocked over. Make sure I don't knock anybody else over. I think there's some information boards along here. I think it's along here. Sure I'll find this. There's where I come from, across the river there. I'm sure I've mentioned that big wooden structure there on the right. That's Dunstan Coal Stairs. One of the many stairs there was in the Tyne years ago. And I believe that was one of the biggest. It was the biggest man-made wooden structure in Europe. This isn't where the notice board is. Oh, it could be this one here. How long? Wait there. Wait there. Is this it? There we go. Oh. Ships for the world. If you want to pause that there and blow your screen up or whatever. There's some of the ships. The Victoria, which was a steam ship. The Osama, which was a naval ship. And the Yashima, which was another naval ship. Japanese. Aye. Armstrong, Lord Armstrong. There we're gone. Look at that. That's all one company there, you know. That's a vast, huge stretch of the river bank. I would imagine that's the Scotswood Bridge, which is miles up that way. And it's probably where we are now. I think where we are now may be that bit there. I think one might be able to hear now. There's a huge thing you see there, an overhead painting of it. You can see there the many women. I would imagine that might have been through a lot of women working there. Right, that's it, Scotswood and Oswick. Right, we better crack on. I've got to get home. That sky, it's beautiful, isn't it? Glass house. Managed to call it a glass house instead of the sage. And there's a river Tyne. Back to the glass house. And the Tyne's getting painted. Tyne Bridge. Did I say it? And there's the river Tyne. I mean, there's the Tyne Bridge. And it's getting painted. We've done it over this left-hand side. And they're across to the Newcastle side now. And I think they're going to do the deck and the arch. We're underneath the deck at the minute. Kitty wakes up back on this side. But the barn from that side are locked out for the time being. Right, it's been a canny ride. Getting dark there now, I've got the lights on. Be safe and be seen. Oh, the bumps. Wait for these red lights there. There we can. Ooh. I'll take a left here. Couple of miles to home. And been for it, 2.5 was. I've done about 25 mile. I did forget my gloves when I left the house before. I bought new gloves. I'll show you them. There you go, and there's my new gloves. Half-fingered gloves. I'll change the gears there. So I left the house, had them, get my shoes on, put them down on the settee, left the house. I got out on Redriff Bridge here, and I thought, oh, I've left my gloves. So I had to turn back for the gloves. They've made a bit of a difference, like. Not less shock on your hands when you're hitting the bumps, nothing. Not sort of getting blisters off the grips. Well, coming across all the bridges here now, and I'm in the wrong gear, and I can't change because I've got the camera in my hand. But I'll make it, I'll get there, I think. Oh, can't throw a bus only, but I'll make it. I'll see the day. Aye, I've gone along the road because I feel like it. If the bus comes, I'll just have to pull to one side. That's the metro bridge there. You can just notice the metro going across it. That's our local sort of underground, semi-underground rail system. Next one is the, what is that one now? That one back there is the high level. King Edward. Could be the King Edward, I think that's a King Edward bridge. The next one's a Redriff Bridge, which replaced an old Meccano set one that used to be there years ago. It's not there anymore, obviously. Replaced by that. Now apparently the gates of the flyover, it's far to bits and it's going to get demolished. Apparently they've been looking at this bridge here and they reckon that's in dire straits and all. It's not far behind it. It's not around that bridge. Lady Di opened that. Can't remember the year. So, and I'm going to say it wasn't that long ago, but as far as bridge lifespans, it wasn't. Someone used to live under here. Not sure if they're living under here now. I think a little house built in the archway. Yeah, I can't see anyone there now. Somebody's been chopping wood though. So somebody must be living around here. Right. Let's flee along here, eh? Scores on the doors. 36.36. So far, by the time I get back, maybe 25 mile, I think. Or thereabouts, 24 maybe. I'll day for up Tuesday night. I can't be doing 125 miles every time I get on my bike. Although, seeing that, you know, I'm trying to get out and get it. I'm going to go for a 300k next, which is 186 mile. I think I can do it. Like, I could definitely do it on a lighter bike, but I think I'm going to end up having to do it on this bike. I've got a gravel bike. It's alright, but it's a bit too small for us, I'm not sure. But I might give it a go on the gravel bike. It'd be an easier bike to do it on, like. And then of course, if I get to the 186 mile, you know what's going to happen, don't you? I'm going to think, hold on, we get there. If I keep on going for another 14 mile, I'll have 200 mile in. I'll have me 300k done, plus I'll have a 200 mile. That's what I'm like, you see, that's what happens. that isn't the challenge for Friday. Find it on Friday, or you find it when you see the video from Friday, what my challenge is on Friday. What an idiot I am. I told Linda, she says you're an idiot. I says, wait, I wasn't doing that, I'd just be asleep. So, I think she agrees with us. We need to put this away now because there's loads of folk. And I think I'm an idiot talking to the camera. And there's the last view up the river and the setting sun there on the right. Might as well show you the end of that. That's the end of that wooden structure. So, no, I'm going to be cycling along here. I'm going to be riding under there very shortly. Somebody for. Yeah, and that's looking back towards Newcastle. And there's the 2-hour NHS and the wall key workers. From thank you from Big Local Gateshead. From Big Local. I don't know what Big Local is like. Somebody's trying to vandalise it like now. Right, we'll see what's across here. There's another notice board across here. Eh? If you just bear with us, I'll have a look. Oh, that info board. Oh, I can't get in the seat. There I can. I'll get back off now. Right. There we're gone. That shows you there what this was for. Tyne's last great wooden coast death. Dunstan Stairs is a remarkable reminder of our industrial heritage. Wagon wheels carried coal from the Durham mines onto the stairs to be tipped into waiting ships. A century ago, there were about 30 wooden jetties along the Tyne for loading and unloading ships. And that's the picture of it with the ships. You can see the ships are actually inside that bit there, but it's all silted up now, so it must have been dredged back in the day. And there's the ships, and there's the ships on the outside waiting to come in. Fascinating, isn't it? Island life. There's a bit was destroyed from fire in 2003. The good news is Wooden Island's now a peaceful roost for different birds. See if you can spot any cormorants up there. But I can't. Not tonight anyway. They'll be fishing. So let's head on back this way. 38. I might as well keep going for 40. You know what I'm like. I'll keep it going. I'll go past me turn off point and I'll turn back on myself. I'll get the 40 kilometres in. Got to round it up, haven't you? You can't leave it like a raggy end like that, like 38 point whatever. Me good. You've got to go and run in circles. Okay, what time is it? What time is it? Ooh, it's 9 o'clock. There's not a lot of time to get in. Have a shower and get doing it all day. Might have to. Now what? I'm gonna go on. I'm gonna go to Aldi. I'm gonna go this way. Right, so thanks for watching. I'm swallowing loads of flies, yeah. My catches. On the next one, on the big challenge, or the semi-big challenge, because the big challenge is the week after, spicy flies.